Galaxy's strongest warrior fell silent when a human did the same feat. Casually, the arena of Vexthara Prime had witnessed 1,000 victories, but none quite like this. Commander Zarthok, the legendary draconian warrior whose name echoed across 17 star systems, stood motionless in the center of the combat ring. His 4 massive arms hung limp at his sides, each one capable of crushing a starship's hull plating. The bioluminescent scales along his 12-foot frame had dimmed to a pale, confused glow. His reptilian eyes, which had never shown fear in 3 centuries of warfare, now stared with something approaching bewilderment. Across from him, barely reaching his lower chest, stood a human. The crowd of alien spectators fell into an unprecedented silence. In the VIP section, Ambassador Krelon of the Galactic Council adjusted his optical sensors, certain they were malfunctioning. The ethereal high command had sent their finest military analysts to study Zarthok's techniques. The betting pools had stopped taking wagers entirely because the human had just done the impossible. The trial of absolute strength was sacred among the warrior cultures of the galaxy. It had been created by the ancient precursors as the ultimate test: lift the graviton core of a dead star, compressed into a sphere no larger than a child's head, yet weighing exactly 47,000 metric tons under standard gravity. The weight was absolute, unchanging, defying all known physics manipulation or technological assistance. In the 3 million years since the trial's creation, only Zarthok had succeeded. He had lifted the core at the age of 127, holding it above his head for the required 30 seconds while his entire species watched in awe. The feat had made him a legend, the undisputed strongest being in known space until today. The human, who had introduced himself simply as Marcus from Earth's construction crew, had not only lifted the core, but had done so with one hand, casually, while asking if anyone had seen his coffee mug. "I'm sorry," Marcus said now, his voice carrying that peculiar human quality of sounding genuinely apologetic while simultaneously being completely unbothered. "Did I break some kind of record? I'm still getting used to the gravity here. It's actually lighter than what we trained in back on Luna Base." Zarthok's throat produced a sound somewhere between a growl and a whimper. "How?" The word escaped his vocal cords like a prayer. Marcus glanced down at the graviton core, which he was now tossing from hand to hand like a child's ball. "Oh, this? Yeah, we use these for deadlift warm-ups in the gym. Standard equipment, I mean. This one's a bit worn down. Probably only weighs about 47,000 tons. Our training cores are usually around 60,000, maybe 70 on heavy days." The ethereal analyst in the viewing box fainted. "You use what for warm-ups?" Ambassador Krelon's translator struggled with the human's casual tone. "Graviton cores," Marcus repeated, setting the sphere down with a gentle thunk that cracked the reinforced flooring. "Found a bunch of them floating around dead stars in the Sol system. Made perfect gym equipment once we figured out how to compress them properly. My daughter actually made a mobile out of smaller ones for her college dorm room." Dr. Vexilla, the galaxy's leading expert on precursor technology, stood up so quickly she knocked over her research equipment. "You compress them? You manufacture graviton cores?" "Well, yeah. Once you understand that they're just crystallized space-time with a gravitational lock, they're pretty straightforward to make. We've got factories on Mars pumping out different weights for various fitness levels. My wife prefers the 30,000-ton ones for her yoga routine." Zarthok sat down heavily on the arena floor, his massive form creating small tremors. "I trained for 50 years to lift that core, 50 years of preparation, meditation, genetic enhancement, spiritual purification." "Oh man, that sucks," Marcus said with genuine sympathy. "You know, if you're interested in strength training, I could get you a membership to our local gym. We've got this great trainer, Sarah. She's about 5 feet tall, but she can deadlift a small moon. She'd probably love to work with someone your size." "A small moon?" "Yeah, Luna Base uses it for their advanced powerlifting competitions. Sarah holds the record at about 730,000 tons, but she's been bulking up for a new personal best." The silence that followed was so complete that the quantum vacuum itself seemed to hold its breath. Marcus checked his wristwatch, a device that, according to the Galactic Council's scans, was somehow keeping perfect time across 17 different dimensional phases simultaneously. Speaking of which, I should probably head back. Promised the kids I'd help them move some furniture today, and my wife gets cranky when I'm late for family time. What furniture requires someone of your strength? Ambassador Krelon asked weakly. Oh, nothing special. Just helping them rearrange the living room on our space station. The couch is made from compressed neutron star material, about 3 million tons, but it's got really comfortable cushions. As Marcus walked toward the exit, pausing only to pick up his coffee mug, which, sensors indicated, was somehow maintaining liquid coffee at perfect temperature in the vacuum of space, the entire arena remained frozen. Zarthok finally spoke, his voice barely a whisper. What manner of beings are humans? Marcus paused at the doorway and grinned. Just folks from Earth, trying to get by, though I guess growing up under the gravitational influence of a solar system, where we accidentally created 17 artificial black holes for renewable energy, might have made us a bit stronger than average. He waved cheerfully. Take care, everyone. Let me know if you ever want to visit Earth. Fair warning, though, our light gravity daycare centers might be a bit intense for most species. The door closed behind him with a soft hiss. In the silence that followed, Zarthok looked up at the gathered representatives of the galaxy's most powerful civilizations and asked the question that would reshape interstellar politics forever. Should we be worried about these humans? The ambassador's only response was to quietly begin drafting a formal alliance proposal.